Just talk about the biggest issues facing House District 88.
Yes, so the biggest issues facing House District 88, I would say I've knocked thousands of doors, and the top priorities I continue to hear on the doors were education, affordable housing, and really trying to protect our most vulnerable communities, whether that's immigrants or the LGBTQ community. There was a lot of concern that legislation was targeting those communities. And I think they want a legislator who will continue to raise up their voices and kind of fight back against that.
And kind of jumping off of that, Marie Turner, who previously held that seat that you're running for right now, they established themselves as a voice for LGBTQ Oklahomans. So, talk about how you plan on working to fill that void.
Yeah, I would say, that's a huge loss to this district. I know Representative Turner was a huge champion and someone that many people in this community believed in and valued their voice. I hope to continue their work. I hope it's not a void. My goal is to always be inclusive and try to, fight back against legislation that targets, whether it's in a school setting or in a general healthcare setting, whatever it may be. And I know the Democratic caucus that I will be joining has always been a strong voice for our LGBTQ community. And I hope we grow some more people in our caucus to continue to be a louder.
Now, another big topic, and this one is big both amongst the states, locally, and nationally as well, and that is access to reproductive health care. What do you think should be done when it comes to that, and your assessment of what we're seeing here in Oklahoma?
I mean, overwhelmingly, people believe that healthcare choices should be made between a woman and her physician, and that our legislators should get out of the way. But a bigger fear that I think I hear on the door beyond just access to abortion care, it's access to quality women's health care, and a concern that if we lose OBGYNs to other states who fear practicing in states like ours, we are going to lose, even bigger amount of healthcare options for women, not just abortion, but just all healthcare quality options for women. And I think that is a huge concern in this district and statewide, honestly.
And you mentioned earlier about some of the districts facing the district that you're running for, and one of them was education. So, how do you believe that education can be improved in Oklahoma?
First and foremost, I have had the opportunity for the last 5 years to work for the largest teachers union in the state. And I would say our biggest challenge is a workforce challenge. We do not have enough qualified educators in our buildings, but we're also not retaining educators. And so I think our biggest priority has to be on ensuring that we're paying a competitive wage based on the states around us, but also how do we maintain resources in the classroom where we don't have teacher burnout and qualified educators are leaving the classroom. I will, fight that every day because my kids and every kid in this state deserve a good teacher.
You would be coming into a legislature right now where Republicans have nearly total control. How will your work with that caucus, how will you work with them to get your priorities passed?
Um, Ultimately, I think we set the budget for the state. Republicans and Democrats get to be a part of that budget process. And to me, the budget is a strategic plan and it's an investment in Oklahomans across the state. And I think when we look at it from a budget, when we look at from a priority and what the needs are in our state, my belief and my values think that Republicans, Democrats should be on the same page. That we care about access to health care, we care about education, we care about making sure that kids are fed every day at school, and how can we expand programs to ensure that kids are fed. I really believe if we can stay away from issues that are charged, Bibles in classroom, things like that. Those are non-issues that people don't care about. What they care about is helping Oklahomans. And I believe if we can focus on that, Democrats and Republicans can get amazing things done in this